It feels like the trend is moving away from film.
In the most respectful way, I don't want to be that. I want to be watched.
Like the city had finally started hearing itself proper. A Tamil film song that went viral before virality was even a concept.
I think the world is finally at our fingertips.
And a sound that has grown steadily more confident.
There's all kinds of music in Tamil music, and that's what makes it so special.
Except the internet broke that contract. Tamil music in 2026 is not having an identity crisis. It is having an identity argument. Every leap this tradition has made, it looked like a contradiction until it was recognized as synthesis. Every time someone absorbed everything around them and made something that could only have come from Tamil Nadu.
எல்லோருக்கும் சந்தோஷம் வேண்டும்.
Okay, so the public service announcement is over. Public service still pending.
There is a sound almost every Tamil person knows without knowing that they know it. Think about it. You are at home on a Sunday morning, filter coffee is happening, and from somewhere on a phone speaker or on an old Sony system, Ilaiyaraaja is playing. Nobody put him on. He's just there. Like sunlight, like ceiling fans, like the smell of pongal, idli sambar, and filter coffee at 7 a.m. on a summer morning. That sound is so deep in modern Tamil life that people almost stopped noticing. It became the soundtrack of every domestic moment. But right now, in 2026, something is happening in Tamil music that exists entirely outside that atmosphere. A new wave of artists are making music with no film placement, no big composer behind them, no Kollywood machine. And they're building real audiences on their own terms. So what happened here? How did one of the oldest musical civilizations in the world almost let a film industry become its only musical outlet? And who is writing the next chapter? Tamil music did not start with cinema. It started somewhere around 2000 years ago in the Sangam era when Tamil poets wrote about music the way they wrote about love and war, with grammar, with taxonomy, with obsessive structural precision. The ancient text Silappatikaram, dated by scholars to somewhere between 2nd and 6th century, contains detailed descriptions of musical modes, instruments, and performance content. This was a civilization that theorized music before most of Europe had figured out notation. The Chola and Pallava kingdoms were cultural engines as much as political ones. Temple music, Devadasi traditions, elaborate classical performance. All of it was systematic architecture, not just entertainment. Centuries later, the Tanjore court became the crucible for Carnatic music, building a grammar so deep that musicians are still excavating it today. That is Tamilagam. Everything about Tamil music grows from it. Then, in 1976, one man from Pannaipuram walked into film music and refused to pick a lane. Ilaiyaraaja fused Western orchestration with Carnatic ragas and the folk melodies he carried from childhood. Three completely different musical worlds in one person's brain. The result was so emotionally direct, it worked in district theatres and concert halls without changing a note. He has composed for well over 1,500 films. He did not just shape Tamil music, he built the foundation everyone since has been renovating. In 1992, R Rahman debuted with Roja. The architecture got a new wing, built on a different philosophy entirely. But if Ilaiyaraaja put the emotion in your face, R Rahman put it inside your chest. Synthesizers, global production textures, melodies that felt private rather than projected. The production benchmark climbed so high that independent Tamil artists are still idolizing it 3 decades later. Then Yuvan Shankar Raja did the one thing neither of them had. He brought hip-hop into Tamil film music as actual infrastructure. Bass-heavy production, slang that sounded like it was about the people listening. Then came Santosh Narayanan, who sounded less interested in polishing Tamil music and more interested in making it sound more Tamil. His sound carries Gaana rhythms, indie textures, jazz, political unease, North Chennai energy, Kala, Madras, Karnan. Music that felt dusty, local, angry, alive. Like the city had finally started hearing itself properly. What made him important was the permeability. Independent artists, folk musicians, underground rappers, voices older cinema would have never touched, suddenly had a way into the mainstream. Then around 2011, Tamil film music handed the room to Anirudh Ravichander. He was 21 when Why This Kolaveri D, composed by him and sung by Dhanush, became something India had never seen. A Tamil film song that went viral before virality was even a concept here. It was messy, funny, sounding nothing like Ilaiyaraaja or Rahman or Yuvan. That was the point. Since then, Anirudh has become the dominant force in Tamil film music across every demographic. Peta, Master, Vettayan. He is simultaneously the machine and the proof that the machine can still make something worth wanting. He just accelerated it in one direction, which left other directions unexplored. Those other directions are where the real story lives now. Film music continued to own every algorithm. If you did not have a film placement, you did not have an audience. Except the internet broke that contract.
I think that we're finally at a time where we don't really need anything in order to succeed. Because we have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have all the resources right at our fingertips. So if you want to learn how to produce and if you want to empower yourself to put music and make music, you have YouTube. You can learn absolutely everything. And if you want to actually market yourself on your own, you have Instagram. I think the world is finally at our fingertips and that's what matters.
The first artist that I worked with, he was only doing this so that he can somehow get into cinema. The second artist that I worked with was also somehow only doing this so he can somehow get into cinema. He got into cinema, he realized he didn't get what he thought he would get out of that. So then the allure of indie kind of like increased in that moment.
In the last 4 years, I've been offered a lot of cinema music. Nothing that I felt like I could bring something to it.
Yeah.
Anybody could sing. And in the most respectful way, I don't want to be that. I want to be more. Kabir Vasaki is where that story begins. Active since 2008, cult following through Kurangan, the band that he built with Tenma in the mid-2010s, followed by the 2019 album Kurangan Era. He crowdfunded an independent album when that concept barely existed in India. His songs write about things film music almost never touch. Ordinary urban loneliness, what it feels like at 11 p.m. in a conversation with an auto anna in Chennai that went nowhere and had no plot twist. By 2026, his Frangipani tour was rapidly selling in Chennai and Bangalore through direct audience demand. No studio behind him. Then there's V Prakash Kumar, R Rahman's nephew. He's built one of the more consistent careers in Tamil film music over the past decade. More than 100 scores, a willingness to move between mass entertainers, smaller films and independent music without treating either as beneath him. And a sound that has grown steadily more confident. He's not trying to be Anirudh. He's not trying to be Rahman. He's doing his own thing at his own pace, which in this industry is harder than it sounds. Amrit Ramnath took a poem by Mahakavi Bharati, a 100-year-old Tamil verse, and set it against contemporary strings in Kaatreva. No film would have ever commissioned it. In a 2023 Rolling Stone India interview, he spoke about the particular responsibility of setting Bharati in a contemporary frame. There is lineage happening in that song. Hip Hop Tamizha proved the mainstream was not as sealed as it looked. Songs that feel like they started on the streets and ended up in a film by accident. At the street level, Pal Dabba and OfRo's Atti culture has made the Gaana tradition a living claim and not just an archive. Sarah Black represents something else altogether. An artist comfortable being Tamil without making it her entire personality. Tamil music in 2026 is not having an identity crisis. It is having an identity argument, which is different, and that is healthy. It works like a well-oiled machine. There's multiple cogs in the wheel. Anirudh runs it at full speed, Kabir Vasuki sells out shows without it, T.M. Krishna argues about who it was built for, and Pal Dabba builds something that doesn't need it at all. Every leap this tradition has made, it looked like a contradiction until it was recognized as synthesis. Ilaiyaraaja in 1976, Rahman in 1992. Every time someone absorbed everything around them and made something that could only have come from Tamil Nadu. And for what the next leap looks like, and if the conversation is worth watching, check out the playlist in the description. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more such content.